All right, so we are live on YouTube too now. We are live on X Space. We are live on YouTube. We have people joining. We have Dave. We have Anjali. We have more people incoming. Joseph should join. Many people others should join. But we can continue with the X Space because we don't want to wait any longer. We are 5 minutes in. Alrighty. So yeah, Asura is here. So welcome, Asura. We are going live now. We are going to discuss about Zano aliases today. So for everyone new. Let's discuss about aliases first. What's the need of aliases and stuff like that? So yeah, if you have spent any time in crypto, you know how it's stressful it is to handle wallet addresses. So it's a 64 character long alphanumeric address, and obviously nobody could remember it, but anyone can mistype it or make a typo and send funds to a wrong address. Can happen with anyone. One tiny typo or a piece of malicious copy paste malware, and your funds could vanish into thin air. This is terrifying, obviously, and obviously it's not something readable. So it's not kind of like a hindrance for crypto adoption. That's how I will like to put it. That the current public addresses, it's a long string of alphanumeric characters and not very relatable to new users. So it's harder to explain to newcomers. On the other hand, people realize this inefficiency, and they came up with Ethereum name services. A Web3 introduced domain names, so kind of like an alternative to typing or copy pasting the addresses. They came with domain names, uh, and they called it Ethereum name services because it started on Ethereum. But there was a massive drawback. So they link your real world identity directly to your public transaction history. Anyone who knows your handle can look up your wallet on a blog explorer and see every single coin you own. So kind of like they could go to Explorer with your aliases. For example, if your alias or your Ethereum name service is at the rate Alice or at the rate Bob, anyone can go to Explorer and type Bob and see your whole transaction history. But how you are spending your funds, what kind of tokens you have, where you are spending it, how you are making trades, everything and all. And if you are using on-chain transactions for everyday uses, your whole history with is now public. So that's obviously not a good thing, and that's a kind of like drawback to comfort, convenience. So convenience becomes an issue for privacy. That's how we usually see it in most of the things happening in the world right now. Now there is a solution to it. So that's one of the drawback of comfort that aliases or Ethereum name services is visible to everyone. But obviously Zano focused on privacy. They come with a solution to it, and they named is Zano aliases. So what is an alias? I guess you guys already know. It's kind of alias is kind of like a nickname. So it's just a handle or nickname like your username on Telegram or your ex Twitter Instagram handle. It's kind of your alternate identity or alternate identification. On Zano, you register it with your Zano tokens, and you can name it anything which is available. Obviously, two same people can't have the same nickname or same alias, so they are unique in their own aspect. And so Alice or one person who took Bob, another person can't go and say, hey, my name is also Bob, or people call me Bob, so I need Bob Zano alias, but that's not possible. So that's kind of like a good feature to have in a sense. And so please, if you are not on Zano alias, if you don't own a Zano alias right now, please go and register one, because Zano alias, it's essentially ENS with privacy. So ENS is a public domain name, and Zano alias is private domain name. The difference, as you might have assumed, so Zano aliases are private by default. So if you will registered as Zano alias, like I have serve in crypto. If you go to Zano Explorer and type serve in crypto, you can't see my balances, what kind of tokens I have, how much I receive per month, how much I spend, how when and where I spend. that kind of financial information is not visible to the public. So that's obviously a good thing for me because I don't want to public my bank statements too. So yeah, that's a beautiful thing to know. On the other hand, on top of this, Zano aliases is not limited. Just like ENS is, anyone can receive anything on the Ethereum chain on an ENS domain. On the Zano aliases, anyone can receive any kind of Zano private token built on the Zano ecosystem, like Zano token itself, a volatile private token, private gas token, or a private stable coin like FUSD. So if I receive payments in FUSD, or if I want to keep my funds in a stable currency, depending on the market situation, I could keep it in FUSD, and nobody will know how much stable coins or how much buying power I have at any moment of time, just by searching my address or my Zano alias on the Zano blockchain. So that's obviously a great plus point for me to have Zano alias and send it to everyone around without thinking about, hey, if I send my address to this person, for example, a co-founder, or if I post it on X, just for receive donations or something, or tips or something, nobody will be able to go to Zano blockchain explorer and check how much funds I have received, or how many tips, how many donations and stuff I have received on my Zeno alias. So that's obviously a very, very, very big plus point and comfort for me, because I will not have to paste my whole address every time if someone asks for it. I will just say, hey, my address is @serve crypto. All right, that's pretty wonderful in my opinion. Very convenient, very comfort, and privacy is maintained, which is a very, very big plus point, which ENS, the leading name services, doesn't provide to users. I hope that's clear, and I hope if you have any questions, please just ask me to join. Just send a request to speak, and I will give you an opportunity to come live and discuss more about this. Answer your questions live, or you could also comment in the comment sections or in the Zano India Telegram itself, and I will be there to answer you. So yeah, so I believe I covered the core concept of Zano aliases and how Zano perfected it. And yeah, so another topic which I want to cover is about the utility of Zano aliases. So Zano aliases is not limited to just payments, which I covered in the announcement post itself about about uh, about the today's XPs. So let me open that up too. uh, yeah, so they are on-chain identities that can be used for payments, private messaging, and dApp authentication. So not limited to just payments, receiving funds and all, receiving Zano or FUSD and all. It's not limited to just that, which is the core layer of every ENS out there. It can also be used for private messaging. So what's that about? So Zano aliases could be linked into Zano Messenger. So Zano Messenger is another ecosystem dApp out there, and for example, it's built on top of the decentralized Matrix protocol to give you fully encrypted peer-to-peer messaging. Normally, chat has demand your personal phone number, email address, or central account details. But with Xanil aliases, you don't need to, give you any kind of OTP, any email address, any phone number, and you can connect to an account and prove that you are a real person and prove your identity to anyone, because your account is connected to a particular Zano alias, and any messages you send to Zano alias is only receivable or only readable by that person only. So there is encryption on that. There is trust that the messages are being delivered to the right person, not to a random anonymous person out there. And there is a pretty good messaging protocol out there, a social network protocol out there to discuss or use, which is fully encrypted and no data is being sold to for ads and all, like just like with WhatsApp or Facebook. WhatsApp is downloadable or can be installed for free, but it's a billion-dollar company worth billions and billions of dollars. So your data is being sold to for advertisement. So yeah, that's the obviously the maths behind it. So Zano Messenger, peer-to-peer messaging protocol, is possible, or a login to it is possible only by Zano Alias, which is a very very good thing to have. So Zano Alias have a utility on that front. Another very important thing, a utility of Zano Alias is the Zano forum. So you might have heard the latest announcement in June, I believe, when Zano forum went live. So Zano forum, June or July, if I'm correct, in the last 2 months, couple of months. So Zano forum went live, and users could, submit proposals, discuss about Zano, or gain some reputation in the Zano community that about through their discussions, obviously. And it's kind of like a way to contribute or put your voice out there without and attached to an identity, an on-chain identity, with which is your alias, but not limited, but not something people will say, hey, this is an anonymous guy saying anything. If your identity is linked to an alias and people will know you, you will build a reputation just like anyone else, and users will be able to, identify you, but they won't be able to see your balance, which is a very good thing. And Xano forums enables that. So you kind of like authenticate by your Xano alias that you are the guy who is contributing to Xano via the forum, and you will build reputation. So Xano alias comes handy in that you didn't need any email or phone number to log into Xano's forum. So Xano aliases has two utility in the Xano ecosystem already, which is the Xano Messenger login and the Xano forum login. I hope that's clear. I hope the core concept, the basic of Xano aliases is clear to you, and the utility, which is login into Xano Messenger and Xano forum. So we are keeping this one pretty short, I believe, because Xano aliases. And also one another thing, I'm going to post like a tutorial or something, or first impression on Xano Messenger and Xano Forum both. Ideally, Xano Forum first, because we want activity in that forum. So I'm going to post about that, some kind of tutorial or something, and you guys, could also join it if you have Xano aliases already. I believe you guys have it, and you can log in into it and comment your opinion or thoughts in the Xana forum. I might do some kind of contest there, but not obviously. We don't want an on organic activity, so we will think on this further. All right, believe the explanatory part, the section is completed now, and we can move to the trivia round, the trivia part of every X space. And we changed the time to 1 p.m. today, so we might have less participant, but let's get on with it. All right, so let me just fetch my questions, the questions for the trivia round, and yeah, let me fetch my phone. Yeah, just a second. We are going. I'm going to fetch my phone, and yeah, all right. Mm, I have it here now, just on my PC because it will be easier. So yeah, let's. All right. So there will be four questions, $5 each, and we are going. We are starting with the first question now. Question number one, a very easy question. In plain terms, what is a Zano alias? Very easy question, to be honest. In plain terms, what is a Zano alias? Just write your comments in the announcement post itself. Let me go to the post and refresh it to see if anyone has answered it yet. Obviously, it will take a bit of time because you might need a few more words than regular to answer this. But yeah, you will have plenty of time to do it. In plain terms, what is a Zano alias? Let's refresh again. All right, we have more people here. We have joining now, so which is good. I'm refreshing the post. So if anyone has answered it, let's check. It's always a pleasure to be here. I think a payment tag, just like it is, 8 seconds ago from Asura, and username 7 things, please. And I think they they wrote username. So I think that's valid in a sense. Yeah. So it's kind of a username. Yeah. I will give points to Dave for this. So he's the first one to respond to this. And so yeah, I think all three of you understand the question, understood it, but Dave was the first one to answer it. So let me save his username. Congratulations, Dave. You are the first winner of our X space. I have written down username, so that's good. Uh, 11 August. All right. Question number two. Congratulations once again and welcome Falconfy and Praise. Thanks for joining. We are going to the second question, so please keep an eye on this, on the questions. Question number two. Does Zano reveal your real public address on the Block Explorer when someone pays your alias? Does Zano reveal your real public address on the Block Explorer when someone pays on your alias, on your address? It's a yes or no question. So 50% chance of you winning. Does Zano reveal your public address on the Block Explorer when someone pays on your alias? Let's see if anyone has answered it. I'm going to refresh it now. It's a yes or no question. So please participate. You have a 50% chance of winning. You just have to be quicker than others. Zano alias can be easily be used for payment. So I believe that's the answer for previous question. Anjali, no. So that's correct. Let me see if anyone else answered it before. Asura, no. 2 seconds ago. So I can only. Okay. So Anjali is the first one to answer it. No. So yeah, you are correct in that sense. Zano aliases generate a private stealth address every time. So a stealth address is created on every payment, which I covered it previously, and it's also covered in my What is Zano video explainer. So a new stealth address is created whenever someone sends you a payment on your Zano address or on your alias. It's the same thing whether it's sent on your Zano alias or on the Zano public address. A new stealth address is created for you to receive your funds, and that is not linked to your main address. So let me write down Anjali's username. Congratulations, you are the winner of our second round. Let me write it down. I'm writing it here, I believe. All right. Question number three. Congratulations, Anjali. You have won $5 worth of Zano. We are moving to the third round. Uh, this also, I believe, I covered right now in the X space. So this is also an easy one. Question number three. Name one Zano platform service besides sending money where you can log in using your Zano alias without an email address. I just covered it. Question number three, repeating it again. Name one Zano platform service besides sending money where you can log in using your Zano alias without an email address. You can log in using your you can log in using your Zano alias on two couple of Zano platforms. What are those platforms? Any one of them would work for, as an answer. Pretty easy. I covered it in depth in the question. So yeah, let's try. If anyone knows the answer, let me refresh. Oh, we have Quentin with us here, so that's great. We have also Sweetie joining, so many people joining in this time, so that's great. Harsh Roy, welcome, welcome. Quiz, welcome. Falcon Fire, good to have you. Please participate in the question. A very easy one for this round. Let's see. I'm refreshing to see if anyone has answered it. We need the name of the Zano platforms where Zano aliases can be used to log in. I am refreshing to say Aeon Pay. Please, you are incorrect on that part. Aeon Pay, you can't log into Aeon Pay using your Zano alias. Zano alias can be used on two platforms on the Zano blockchain, where you can use without with using your Zano alias, not email or phone number. No need of that. I covered it in the XSpace itself. So let's see if anyone else has answered it. I am checking the answers now. Uh, Let me check if anyone has answered it. Asura Zano Explorer. So Zano Explorer, you can check, you can input the Zano alias, but you can't see the balances and stuff, and you can't log in to Zano Explorer. Explorer is not for login. I covered it in the XSpace itself. Let me see if anyone else has answered it. Nice try, Asura, but that answer is not 100. Is not correct. So James Bolt is here and Harsh Roy is here, and Harsh Roy answered to I think James Bolt answered for it, which is Zano Messenger. So you are correct on that part. Let me write down your username. Congratulations, James Bolt. I am not sure why your answers comes under the spam section. Maybe it's an issue with your X account, but please keep participating. Fix your X account and hopefully your answers will appear. But for now, I am noting down your username. All right, so we have congratulations, James Board. We have covered three questions now, and you are our third winner. We are moving to the fourth question, and question number four. It will be a bit difficult. So, sweetie, please, Asura, Harshroy, Falcon Fire, you still have an opportunity to participate in it. Question number four. What happens inside the Zana wallet if you accidentally type an alias that doesn't exist on the blockchain? What happens inside the Zana wallet if you accidentally type an alias that doesn't exist on the blockchain? So the question is, what will happen inside the Zana wallet if you accidentally type an alias, if you mistype or do a typo on the alias username, and that alias doesn't exist on the blockchain? What will happen on the wallet? It's a pretty troubleshooting type of question. What will happen if you mistype a Zeno alias and the mistyped Zeno alias isn't on the blockchain? I hope the question is clear to you guys. I'm refreshing now to see if anyone has answered it. What will happen to the transaction? What will happen to the what will appear on the Zana wallet? Cake wallet, please. That was incorrect too. If Let me check if anyone has answered it. Let me repeat or rephrase my question or give you a hint. So if I mistype a Zano username, I didn't covered it in the X space, but let me give you a hint. If a mistype or a typo is done on the Zano alias when sending a fund, for example, the Zano alias is Bob, but I write BOR, Bob, or I write BOBS, Bobs. What will happen? So that BOR or BOBS is not on the Zano blockchain. Will it show an error? Will the funds be sent? You have two options. So I'm giving you options too. Let's see if this helps you guys. If the example helped you in coming to an answer. If I mistype Bob to BOD, what will happen? Will the transaction go through, or will it show an error? Will the transaction go through, or will it show an error? That's the question. Let me give you more context on the question. Will the transaction go through, or will it show an error? I think we have an answer. Let me check if anyone else answered it. Okay, so I think Asura answered it before others. So transaction cannot be sent to that alias. That's correct. Let me also like it. Or let me write down the username. All right. So congratulations, Asura. You are our fourth winner. You gave the correct answer. So if I mistype a username or Zano alias, or for example, Bob to Bod, and Bod is not a valid username, valid Zano alias, transition won't go through. So that's pretty easy to know or understand. And that was a kind of like a easy question to for you guys, but I didn't cover it in the X space itself, so I thought you guys might not be able to answer it in the first go. So I was correct on that part. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something new about Zeno aliases today and about what are Zeno aliases and the use cases of it. It can be used to log in into Zano forum and Zano Messenger. So, and I'm going to push more content around Zano aliases, Zano Messenger, and Zano forum in the upcoming videos. Hopefully this week only. Well, let's see. I will try my best. So congratulations once again to all four winners. Please send me your Zano alias if you have the Zano alias already, or send me your Zano username, and I will send forward the funds to you next, likely on Monday. And I believe we can end the extreme here, both on X Space and YouTube Live. And we will see you guys again next Tuesday. Every Tuesday we do an X Space at 7 p.m. and more people will be joining us. I'm in contact with various more Indian people from Jaipur, and we are going to have them in our X Spaces very soon. We are going to do IRL events, so many more people will also be joining us. All right, so let's end it here, and we will see you guys next Tuesday with another topic about Zano. About Zano. All right, see you guys. Have a great day. Have a great Wednesday and a great weekend. Bye bye.